We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you some breaking news. There's been reports all over the area of something crazy going on, something big. People's homes, their minds even, are being taken over by something called, what is it they're calling it? They're calling it Bad Movie Debate.
What up, nerds? It's me, Jacob Babb, here for Bad Movie Debate, and we're going to do a regular old debate episode. It's October, so it'll be fall, autumn, but not necessarily spooky. Austin Babb is here with me. Say hey.
Hi.
Hello. So we both love fall, if you didn't know. And we decided, I decided and then asked Austin nicely to please do an episode with me because I needed something. We're going to do a non-horror movie fall movie kind of a thing. So that's like the theme before we get into our top 5. What do you love most about fall?
Oh, about fall, not the movie,
Nope.
just about fall.
No, we'll get with this whole thing is going to be nothing but this movie for 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So what do you like about fall?
Well, you know, I was trying to think of something to say other than, well, you know, you proposed to me on Halloween and
Yeah.
that was our anniversary
Yeah.
and we got married on Halloween
Yeah.
and we dress up every year.
Yeah, and throw a party every year.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Obviously, I was trying to be like a smart ass. And
Well, yeah,
just
but like why
find other things to say.
why did we both want to do those things together? You know what I mean? Like, because you liked fall before we met, you know, and I like
Yeah,
fall
it's
before
slowly
we met.
becoming like my favorite season.
Yeah.
I think I was definitely a summer girly, but
Definitely a summer girly.
no, I definitely fall is probably my favorite season.
Because it's the best one.
It's
so
It's
simple.
like just getting a little bit chilly, but still warm. You have bonfires, just like the ultimate cozy season.
And that's the correct answer. Is it's the ultimate cozy season. Winter, f- it. Everything's dead. It's too cold, and it's annoying and depressing as hell.
Yeah.
Fall, leaves change and it looks nice and they're all crunchy on the ground. This is when you have, like you said, fireplace or like we have fireplaces in people's houses. You have fire pits outside of people's houses and stuff. Football's going on, which is also
football.
great. And you still have hope in fantasy or for your team and stuff, you know, because come winter,
Not the right podcast, Jacob.
I know,
Keep
but
it
like
going.
once winter comes, all that's gone. So fall is nice because you're still hopeful for those kind of football related things before they get yanked away from you. But again, that's a whole different podcast. Point being that, and just like the slow but sure spooky ookiness and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody gets into it a little bit more. People who don't like horror and watch it all year round, like me, watch it and stuff, even if they're just watching like Goosebumps and stuff like that. It's like you're watching something spooky because horror is an underrated genre, but that's fine. And
there's all kinds of themes that you get to
And there's all
dress
kind of
up,
themes, yes.
and hence I got my little witch hat on
Yeah, I
today
got
for the
my
theme.
little skeleton shirt on.
Why not? It's fun.
Why not? There may be more costumes in the future for the next episode, but I gotta talk to my next guest about that, but we'll figure that out. But anyway, so we're just gonna jump right into our top 5 non-Halloween, like straight up like this is a horror movie. They're gonna be cozy and have fall vibes. You know, there might be some spookiness in there, but it's not specifically like this is Halloween.
Okay.
Just to quote that, I
Alright.
guess. All right, so your top 5. You go first. I have
Okay.
I have one that I think you're gonna yell at me about and say it doesn't count, but
Okay.
we'll get to that.
I kind of had a hard time with this because, yeah, I have a couple of like Halloween-y type ones on
So
there.
it can be Halloween related,
not
but not
scary.
like horror. Yeah.
So
like if you said the entirety of the Goosebumps show from our childhood, I'd be like, that counts.
okay, I feel like Practical Magic, the movie that we are currently debating,
I knew it.
is definitely going to be in my top 5 because it kind of is in like a category of its own. Like it's
That's fair.
not really like scary, but it is a little like creepy and like eerie, but it's definitely like fall vibes, witchy, the whole thing. Like
Well, it's
it's
obviously
kind of
witchy.
it's its own category almost. So I kind of was like, I don't really know anything that goes with it. But my top 5 fall-esque movies, I guess mostly just movies that are set in the fall. When Harry Met Sally.
Okay, that was on a
is
couple
on there.
lists and stuff, but that goes all the way to New Year's Eve.
And it's like, it's very much Christmassy. Like I
Well,
think it's a holiday.
It's a holiday starting in the fall.
But they
And,
have
like,
a lot, like it's majority of it's happening in the fall and it does go on into New Year's. I don't know. It was on my list.
No, I mean, when I was looking up a bunch of lists earlier, it was on there, and I was like, God, that is a really good movie. And like most of the posters and like covers for like the movies are when they're like walking around and it's like fall. Yeah. So like it definitely is pushing that vibe. So like
and
I think that's a good one.
I saw like a post somewhere. It was like, oh, it's whatever his name is.
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal season with his like white sweater.
Oh, he's white,
his,
dude.
Like,
it's so
dad
cool.
jeans and then the chunky white sneakers.
Oh, dude, that's such a fit.
It's like every girl.
I need to get
fall.
I need to get one of those. I need to recreate that outfit. I got jeans. I'm literally wearing chunky white sneakers right now. I just need to get a sweater like that.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, so
cosplay is Billy Crystal and When Harry Met Sally.
Anyway, you have better hair, so that's good.
Yikes. His hair was like a thing back then. That was like nice hair when that movie came out. No, I swear to God. But again, we'll talk about it later.
Fine.
It's a different podcast. We'll talk about men's hair through movies in another podcast.
Will we?
I don't know.
Let's not.
All right.
I have more than 5, but that's okay. And I also wasn't sure which of them would count. So Gilmore Girls. I recently just finished Gilmore Girls for the first time. And I know I'm very late to the game.
Yeah. Collective gasp from the audience. I know. I don't have the soundboard on this one.
It's fine. But yeah, so it definitely gave those kind of vibes. Yeah. Like we've got the like mother-daughter thing to it, like the family, like the sisters kind of thing. It gave those kind of vibes. I mean, Gilmore Girls is basically the fall show. Yeah. Even now that like it's almost more popular now than it was like.
I'd say it's just as popular. Like it's like kept
maybe when
its
it
popularity
came out,
and stuff. Know. I think like I think a lot of people were watching it when it came out, and like a lot of like our generation grew up on it, and they just go back to it. Yeah. And then more people are expanding. Like again, you just saw it for the first time, and like you're like, what have I been doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how did I not watch more of this?
I mean, it did take me over a year. I started it last fall.
I mean, yeah, but it's a long ass show.
It's a
like,
slow burn.
Well,
but I really enjoyed it. And that is on my fall movie show, whatever list.
For sure.
Halloween Town is on here, even though that is a straight up Halloween movie.
Yeah, but again, not horror.
No, okay.
That's mainly what we're doing is like what makes you feel ready for October vibes, and like it's not meant to like instill fear in you, whether it's short term or long term. This is just like because that's more of like a movie about magic and they're on a mission. Okay, that's like closer to Harry Potter than like Insidious.
We're getting there.
Shocker.
But yeah, Halloween Town is on there. I think that's probably my favorite like Halloween movie.
Yeah,
even more so than like Hocus Pocus, which I did put that on here, but I mean. I was already past 5 when I put it on there. I like Halloween Town better than Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus, honestly, like, I love it. Don't come for me, but it's a little bit overdone, and I just enjoy Halloween Town more.
Yeah, Halloween Town, there's something
but I love Hocus Pocus,
uniquely special about it.
But Halloween Town just gives you like the cozy, nostalgic vibes that I feel like Practical Magic kind of does in its own way too. Yeah.
But I wouldn't say, if you said Halloween Town 2, I would say, no, that's a horror movie because that shit's fucked up.
That's the one that like, that they go to the one black and white world
where it's Calabar's revenge, and he comes back and he starts turning the parents into what their costumes are. That's real shit. Yeah. That's scary as hell.
Yeah, that is scary. That's when like that reminds me of that Goosebumps, like the mask.
Yeah, with the mask. Yeah,
oh,
exactly. Yeah, no, that one, creepy. Halloween Town 2 is a horror movie. It's not a fun, campy Halloween movie for children. It's a straight up horror movie.
I mean, it's not that scary.
It's scary.
Okay. I don't know how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You've said like 4 already, but
okay,
just go
5.
Through your
okay,
list.
So the last one on my list, and I have a question mark beside it, was Harry Potter. Now, as a whole, the two of us agree that Harry Potter is like a Christmas.
Yeah, it was last time you were on a Christmas episode. It was on your Christmas list.
Yeah,
when we did the Hot Frosty, it was on your Christmas.
But here's the
list.
thing:
so
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is on the Christmas list. That is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is now on my fall list because that one is more spooky-esque.
Well, that one's definitely
and less like.
That one's definitely the vibiest, you know, I would say. And like, I would say it definitely hit. It's definitely more of a Halloween one than the first one is. So, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah. Like, and it's got the Whomping Willow and everything. Yeah. And like, those are like, it's like a Weeping Willow tree. Werewolves. Obviously, there's werewolves. Yeah. Yeah, all out.
Yeah.
I think that's good. All right.
Cool.
Is
Well,
that
that's
your
my
list?
5.
All right.
Mhm.
Let me get into mine. Get yelled at for one of them. Okay, so first and foremost, Young Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
Not a horror movie,
Yeah.
but I watch
Goofy.
it every October. It's incredible. It's just so good. There's really nothing else that needs to be said about it. And if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. And watch it before you see Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein that's coming out any day now. It won't be the same at all, but it will be. It'll be great. And then I did The Addams Family. The OG one with Christina Ricci and all them. That
I thought
one.
about the Addams Family.
Yeah, Addams Family definitely. Because again, not spooky, but like has the vibe, or like not horror, but like has like that good vibe.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I only have 4 on here. I missed one.
Loser.
I thought I had put
Not even
something else.
prepared for his
It's
own
okay. The one
podcast.
that it's okay. I'll just split. I'll just split one of these up into 2 because I technically did a slash thing, but we'll talk about it. So, Young Frankenstein, The Addams Family, Knives Out.
Okay.
Knives Out.
I mean, great movie. Love that movie.
Okay, the
Is
fall.
it fall?
Takes place during the fall. Like think about like the opening shot of the house. The house is like spooky kind of and stuff. There's fall leaves everywhere. They're all in big sweaters, and there's like they're drinking tea and stuff. Like it's a vibe, and there's like some like tension and stuff.
Okay.
But it's definitely like New England fall is like the backdrop
Okay.
of everything.
No,
That's
I mean,
happening.
love that movie.
No, and it's an
Did you
incredible
think I was going
movie.
to get mad at you for that?
No, these last 2. Hellier, the documentary that I've been trying to I've been trying to make you watch it forever. Hellier is a paranormal documentary about people going to look for goblins in Kentucky. That's where it starts. That's not where it ends. Season 3 is coming out soon. If you know, you know. Can't wait. It is super spooky. It's not horror. It's real. And it's really weird, and it's like it's just got a vibe to it that's just like, no matter when you watch it, it's like
Wait,
super
can
spooky.
I guess your last one?
What?
Is it Twin Peaks?
No,
Oh.
I will put Twin Peaks on here because I put Hellier / The Unbinding because I thought you were gonna be like, that's a show that doesn't count, like a documentary show, and I was going, okay, The Unbinding by the same people who made Hellier, but this is a feature documentary instead of a TV show.
Whatever.
And then I'll put Twin Peaks. Yeah. Twin Peaks for sure.
I'm surprised you didn't put that on there.
I think I did have it on there because I looked at this list and was like, something is missing. That's obvious because I definitely had that written down. I think I accidentally like erased it. You know when you shake your phone and it says like undo and stuff.
Right.
Anyway, Twin Peaks. If you know, you know. I shouldn't have to convince anybody to watch that.
You don't really
you
want to
do.
watch.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Antine, back me up. You know what's up. And Julia. Julia, they just do. They love it. Anyway. Okay, so a decent list from both of us, I
Yeah.
think. One better than the other. I will say.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. All right, now let's get into those ratings for practical magic, as it were. So the other day, like a week ago, you came to me, or like I came to you, and I was like, "Baby, I need one. I need
Yeah.
one to do." Like my other one, which I'm not going to divulge what we're going to do for that one. It's like I thought that was going to be this week. It's not going to be until like the end of October when I'm going to be able to do that one with that guest. And you're like, Practical Magic, you haven't watched it, Practical Magic. And I was like, there's no way we're going to be able to do that. People love that movie. And I looked it up. So the Rotten Tomatoes critic score is 26, which is about 30 less than I thought. I thought at best it would be somewhere 50 to 60 and be able to do it. It's 26. It's pretty rough.
But tell the audience score.
The audience score is 73.
I think that's all that matters. We can end the podcast here.
No, absolutely not. IMDb 6.3, middle of the road, always. Even the worst movie you've ever seen is still somewhere between 5.8 and 7.2. Like every movie is. It's
On
crazy.
IMDb.
On IMDb, because that's all. It's all used. Because it's interesting. Because sometimes they're really bad, and it's like, holy shit, it's less than 5, or it's like less than 6. That's crazy. And then Metacritic 47 from their critics, so good bump, and then a 7 out of 10 for their users.
Oh.
So about the same audience score, like user score, but a much higher score from the critics that they have like cited and stuff, which is
Still
interesting.
failing though.
Yeah, no, it's still failing by a wide margin, but it's over 20 more points. So it's pretty good. 20% higher. Now it's time for the reviews.
Yes.
The best. The best part. Okay, so the good one comes from Bob Thomas for the Associated Press. And he says, quote, Bullock brings the needed tone of credibility to practical magic, while Kidman delivers excitement and unpredictability, end quote. And he gave it like a 4 out of 5 or something like that. So he's like, yeah, like Bullock, like at the time, like Sandy Bullock at the time, like she was like one of the top tier.
Is my favorite part of, one of my favorite things about this movie is her.
Yeah.
Even just like her voice narrating through it, it's just like very like warm and inviting.
What's what I'm saying?
It's
like,
nice.
And like for the time, like when this movie came out and stuff, she was like the actress.
Oh yeah.
Like she was like the best. Well, I'm not saying that. Like she was just like in all the best movies, was doing all the best things. Like, yeah, she's hot. But like, so it was crazy. And then the young Nicole Kidman in there to be like the younger sister, and like the way they played off each other, this guy's like can't beat it. So good.
I agree.
So anyway, the bad review, Roger Ebert for the Chicago Sun-Times said, quote, the movie doesn't seem sure what tone to adopt, veering uncertainly from horror to laughs to romance, end quote.
That's not even a bad review. That's the whole like point of the movie.
No, so you want a movie to have like a tone and like stick to like that overarching like tone and vibe like throughout. Like he's saying, okay, so this is a romance. It starts off like, oh, this is a romance movie. And then hold on, and then it's a comedy because there's just like straight up comedic scenes that are like that, like it would be in like a Judd Apatow movie. It's a totally different vibe. And then there's and then the guy at the end, again, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it. The ghost dude at the end, where did that come from? And like now it's like really intense horror, and they're doing this really intense ritual magic. Obviously it's practical magic, so they were going to do some intense magic, but like it's in like an exorcism style. Like it's like, like if you were watching this movie and I came in and I didn't know what you were watching and I'd never seen it before, and I came in at 3 different times, I could think you're watching 3 different movies if Sandy Bullock or Nicole Kidman weren't on the screen. Yeah. I could be like, what are you watching? Like, oh, did you change it?
Okay,
like,
so I did find...
That's bad.
I think that they're doing it on purpose, because when I look up like the movie, I actually looked it up because the whole reason this came up, other than it being fall, is that there's a number 2 coming out next September. And I looked it up and I was looking into it, and it says practical magic, in parentheses, fantasy romantic comedy drama film. So it literally,
the original one, it says that
for the second one, but like it's the same.
Yeah, but that just seems like buzzwords for like SEO, like search engine optimization.
Oh, okay.
Kind of
well,
thing. Like
they have it on here as like that's what it's tagged as. So it's meaning to hit all of those things. And I think it does. And it gives you like a little bit of everything. And that's kind of part of the like uneasiness of it. Like I did write down that it was a little bit like weird. Like it's a weird movie.
Yeah, but.
And I think they do it on purpose. And that's part of the like witchiness of it. But, and like it's kind of a little freaky, but like it's also funny. And then it's like lighthearted, but it's also serious.
There's
a way scary.
But there's a way to do that right, and there's a way to do it wrong. Like, again, like there are scenes that's like, if I didn't know any better, this is a completely different movie. There's a way to keep like the same tonality and the same like vibe while leaning into like, okay, this is a more spooky scene, like a horror-y scene. This one's a romance one. This is a comedy scene and stuff. There's a way to do that while keeping the original like tone and like overall like theme of the movie, like the visual and like editing theme. I mean, not like the like narrative theme. Like there's a way to like keep all of that together and be like, this is still the same movie. Now we're just doing this.
I don't think at any times it's like tries to be a different movie than it is.
That's what I'm saying. They're not trying to do that, but they are. They're like, okay, so here's now we're gonna shoot like a standard horror scene. So you just do all the lights and stuff. There's a way to do that. Be like, okay. Like honestly, the first thing that comes to mind, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. that has the same, like, there's like when he reveals that he's like that they're skeletons and stuff, like they're zombies basically and stuff. It still feels like you're watching Pirates of the Caribbean, but then you have comedy scenes with Jack Sparrow walking around doing his crazy shit, and you're like, and they're like, haha, that's funny. Like he comes in on the boat and it's sinking. And he's like, hey, you have to pay to dock that. Like, that's funny, like, and stuff, but it's still got the vibe and tone of overall and stuff. And then you have the romance scenes between Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann. Like, you have the, like, and you're like, I'm still watching Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, you can still feel that vibe and stuff. This one, I think, was like, okay, now get the horror guy in here to, like, set up this shot and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? If it's disjointed, I guess is the word. And stuff. Like, I don't think that's a good... that.
I think that it's kind of on purpose. Like, they really lean into that.
Thing.
Even in, like, okay, so the one scene, the, like, margarita scene. At first when I watched it, I was like, what the heck? Like, this is so weird.
No, the margarita scene.
Because it's, like, freaky, but then it's, like, they're having fun. They're drinking margaritas. They're, like, but then as they get more and more into it, it's, like, like, it gets really weird. And then they start, like, screaming and, like,
okay, so
freaking out. And then they're back to, like, oh, wait, okay. But I think that kind of encompasses, like, the way that the whole movie is done. It's, like, all of it has these, like, I don't want to say supernatural, but, like, witchy elements that it's, like, it's going to be a little, like, freaky throughout the whole thing.
So
even when she does, like, she's, like, in love and, like, all the romance things, it's because of the spells. And, like, that's why she's so, like, weird about the whole thing. And so, like, she chases the first guy, like, she just goes and runs after him, like, blankly, like, I love you now. And then she kind of does that at the end too, with the detective. It's like, even in those scenes, it's like still like a little bit weird. And I think that's like so consistent throughout the whole movie.
Okay, so we'll get back to the margarita scene in a minute, but like you're not responding to what I'm saying here. That's narrative stuff. I'm talking about like the look and the tonality of the movie itself. Like, if it was a silent movie or you were just watching scenes, they would look disconnected if you didn't know what the through line of the story was. The story's fine overall, you know, like, and like makes sense. Like, now we're here, now we're here, now we're there, now we're there. I'm talking about like the way the scenes are played out, the direction of the acting and stuff, like it hits different things that don't feel like an all-encompassing, like, this is all practical magic, but we're going to dive into these little sidebars that are, like, different kind of genres, like, in terms of, like, look and editing is what I mean.
Okay, well, we can agree to disagree on that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, narratively, all of it makes sense. All of it makes sense. We'll get to the margaritas thing, but we just kind of went off. You kind of went off on me. So let's
start. To win.
Okay, can we start where we usually start? So what's something you didn't like?
Sorry. This does kind of go naturally into something I didn't like, though.
Perfect.
Because this one scene...
We need to hold space for the margarita scene, though, because I do have a lot of thoughts about that.
Yeah.
Good. It
gives you a lot of feelings.
Well, like, I have good and bad.
Yeah. So. Okay, so the one scene that I really didn't like and I felt was, like, kind of unnecessary... and a little bit weird in the movie was the ghost scene that you point out earlier with the Jimmy, right?
Jimmy.
Yeah. So obviously he's like haunting the house because they make that very clear. And then when she comes home, what's Sandra Bullock's character's name? I just blanked. I'm sorry.
It's a good question. What are any of their names? Name a single character except for Jimmy.
Or Jilly is the Nicole Kidman, and then Jimmy, and then we have the aunts, and then we have the girls. I'm forgetting her name. It doesn't matter.
I'll look it up while you talk. I like literally don't. I have it written down somewhere. They're the Owen sisters. Go on.
Okay. Anyway, so when Sandra Bullock comes home and
Sally.
Yeah, they say her name all the time. I don't know why I blanked, but Sally and then Jilly. Anyway. So Sally comes home and the girls are freaking out. They're like, oh my God, like, come upstairs. And she's like in the bed, like freaking out, like possessed by this ghost of Jimmy, right?
Literally out of nowhere.
And then this like terrible CGI, like whatever they did to make the ghost look alive. I was like, I hate this whole thing, not because it's creepy, but just because it seems unnecessary a little bit. The way he like then attacks the sheriff, which like, but then he was protected because of his star.
Is silver.
His silver. Okay. The star, like his favorite shape, the star. But that whole thing I thought was kind of like, okay, the only reason that we really needed that was to get Sheriff on your side.
To the next scene?
No, it was to get like Sheriff on your side and like be like, okay, yeah, like obviously this guy is the bad guy. Like he's the one that we're against. Like,
yeah, but
I'm going to work with them.
Still killed him.
Yeah, he was a murderer. He was literally a serial killer.
Yeah, no, sure.
I understand. I agree that we're not playing the justice police, that like no one should be able to kill anyone.
That's not
anyways,
what I'm saying.
But like it's a movie. It's fine.
That's not what I was saying.
Okay. But I didn't like that scene. I thought the ghost coming out was just like weird looking. I think somehow they could have made it to where like, yes, we obviously know that he's possessing her without literally having the ghost of him come out of her and then like attack him.
So you got to do what you got to do with the technology you have at the time.
Yeah.
So at the time when that movie, when did this movie come out?
96? 98.
Something like that?
98, I think.
Double check that
I could be wrong. I'll look
for us. But there's only so much you can do, you know, and for the time, that probably looked fine. You know what I mean? Like, think about The Mummy. Like, one of the best movies ever made. With Brendan Fraser. Obviously, everybody knows that. One of the best movies ever
98.
made. One of the best movies ever made. That CGI does not hold up.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was fantastic. Can't beat it. You know what I mean? And
so you like that scene?
No, God, no. I think no, but I don't like it because I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like, okay, so now we're just in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, because we need to get from this scene to that scene. We got to rush through this story. We only have so much time that we're allowed to like make this movie. So it's based. This movie's based off of a book that a lot of the negative reviews I saw were like, "Dang, dude! Like, what a great book, and what like a mid-ass adaptation of this book." Because we're missing a lot of like stuff that we need to like understand why we're getting from here to here. Like they like, again, it was the 90s. They didn't make movies over 2 hours really. Like that wasn't really a thing. Like when you popped out like a movie like this, like that's like, this is a movie that is like a romance at its front. Like it is a romance movie. They didn't make movies that were 2 hours long unless they just absolutely had to be, or it was like Quentin Tarantino or you know, like Francis Ford Coppola, like one of the like auteurs of the 90s and stuff, right? We needed at least 30 more minutes in this movie to get some like lore drops of like why things are happening and stuff. Because what's the scene, genuinely asking because I can't really remember, what's the scene right before they're like, mommy, auntie's getting is sick?
That's when she goes to the hotel and like, that's when she's like, something comes over her and she's like, I just have to go and tell him everything that's true.
Right.
And she like goes into his hotel
when
and then they're talking for a minute.
She discovers that his eyes
yeah,
are
well, they're like
actually
talking for a minute and then they just like start making out. And at first it's like, well, that's weird, but it's not because they're both under like a spell that she had cast. And it's like, they can't help it.
Sure. No, I mean, I understand that.
But
I was
anyway,
just asking
after all of that
what
is
was
when
the scene with, after that is when the thing with Nicole Kidman happens.
And that's why he's following her, because she like sees his two eyes and then she's like, oh my God, I'm realizing that this is because of the spell. She runs away. He follows her and that's why he's also there.
I understand that.
Okay.
What's the last scene we see with Gilly before that?
It's
when he's there interviewing them for like the first or second time, or is it the scene when the frog throws up the ring? And they're having like a good day, but then like that happens.
No, that was before then. The scene we see before her, like signs of him like being there. Like I think the margarita scene happened before that, and
no, not Jimmy.
No, I know.
I'm talking. I know.
Gilly.
I want to know when the last scene is Gilly, because like where we go from Gilly is doing this, and now she is being possessed.
So there's a whole thing when they're sleeping where like something's weird, and she's like getting up and like looking around and like looking out the window because she thinks she sees him.
The daughter sees him.
The daughter actually sees him, but it's one like it's at night and they're in the room together. And Sally is sleeping, but Jilly can't sleep, and she's like gets up and like goes and looks out the window, and then she's like looking around.
Okay, so that's the only scene we have any indication that his ghost is there and wants to get back at Gilly in some way. And
Well,
then the
other than,
next
he
scene-
left the tequila. The girl saw him.
So
Like, the frog burped up his ring.
here's the thing. Okay.
Like, we know he's there.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. First and foremost, because we'll get to the margarita scene, I liked the soundtrack. The soundtrack was fun.
Sorry. We were supposed to get to the part that you did like about it.
No, we're supposed to. It's this conversation starter, but the conversation starter's going. Like, we're conversating.
Yeah.
But I did want to say, I like the soundtrack. That first song, This Kiss, when she goes and runs and like they get there. Don't sing anymore. We'll get ripped off of all the airways. That was like hell yeah, and all the other songs I was like hell yeah. Every song that played, I was like nice, good soundtrack. That was probably my favorite part.
Even like that's what's part of so like iconic about it. Probably is the soundtrack kind of makes it. So I definitely agree with
it
that
adds
point.
to it, but
like even now, like everyone's posting like all the fall things, and that's a popular. I'm sure it's trending or whatever. Audio on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff is the theme, the one that plays at the beginning and
the
at
one
the
that
end.
you wanted to play.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I can play
you
it.
Cannot play that.
Yeah, but
you can play it on TikTok. You can't play it on
it. Like
this.
hearing that song, you automatically just get the feeling of like fall, like witchy, like cozy, like ooh.
Sure, I'm saying the soundtrack, not the score. So the score is original, like instrumental music that's made for the music.
Okay.
The soundtrack is like This Kiss. Shania Twain did not write that song for that movie.
Okay.
Like they were just like, this is a perfect song for this scene. We're gonna put it in there.
Yeah, we got Shania Twain, we got
like
Stevie Nicks, all the good.
Of course, they had to have
girly songs.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like a oh god, it's like Ben Wyatt says in Parks and Rec. Love soundtracks because it's like your favorite directors making a playlist for you. Like, and this is a good one, So I get that. So I like that. Okay, let's talk about the margarita scene.
Okay.
I'll say the good, and then we'll talk about the bad.
Okay.
I liked how they have. First of all, midnight margaritas sounds lit. Seems like it's a tradition because once Sally woke up, she was like, "Oh hell yeah, it's midnight margarita night! Like, let's go."
Yeah, they're weird.
Lit. They're witches.
They're witches. They're like.
There's nothing weird about a midnight margarita. It sounds lit. Okay, first of all. Second of all, not the point. Third of all, I'm getting to it. Wasn't weirded out about that because again, they're eccentric. They're weird. We know this.
Eccentric is a good word.
They so doing that. And they're drinking it, and then the way it goes from them having a good time and having fun, and then slowly but surely they're drinking more, and the way it's edited in that moment is very like David Lynch Twin Peaks, and like David Lynch in general, where it's like the shots of like the film shots, not the shots they're taking, like they're getting faster, and faster, like subtly as they are like saying really, really rude up shit to each other. Yeah. Like that shit's like they're slipping out and then they're like covering their mouth being like, like and stuff like that's all cool. My biggest issue with that, because like that was I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But again, a completely different tonal thing. Like if I just saw that scene, had no idea what Practical Magic was, I was like, what David Lynch movie is this? I'd be like, oh, what David Lynch project is this from? And you'd be like, it's from Practical Magic, the romance witch movie. I would be like, did he direct that? Like, did I miss one of his things? Like, that's what, like, that's part of the reason I'm like, the tonal thing with scenes is like that was great. Doesn't really fit, but I liked it, but it doesn't really fit. That's one of those examples. But like the thing I don't get or don't understand from that scene is, where'd you guys get this tequila? Somebody left it on our porch. Make that make sense to me. And here's why I'm saying make that make sense. Obviously, it was Jimmy's favorite brand. Yeah. And his ghost somehow went out and got it and bring it to him. Why would their aunts, who have lived in this town and have not aged in 20 years and stuff, and so everybody knows they're witches and stuff, and everybody in town hates them. Yeah. Why would they be like, there's nothing weird or wrong about us drinking a random bottle of tequila that was left on our porch?
Because I feel like they're a little bit like weird and crazy too.
But they also
Like,
are
they're
the
like,
most. But they are also.
Who cares?
But
Like,
they are
why
also,
not?
They are the most cautious and like aware. They're the older witches. Like they're the oldest living Owen.
Not really. I would
women.
say that Sally is definitely the most like cautious and aware.
Well, she's the
like
most.
they're very
No, but
free spirited. Like whatever comes, whatever happens, let's go dance naked in the moonlight and take the children.
They weren't allowed. They didn't get nude.
No, they did.
The children didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they did not.
When they came back, she goes, "Mommy, we danced naked in the moon."
Doesn't matter.
And she was like, "Oh, of course you did."
It's all witches. Doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay, you're not letting me like kind of finish my point
Okay.
or like further explain my point. They are the most cautious with like okay, so Sally is the most cautious about the witch stuff in the sense that she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't use her powers and stuff the whole time before she actually does anything with her powers. She's like, they're like, oh, you're just like so powerful and stuff. And you just like don't even care about your gift. Like, like I would like, Gilly is like, I would do so much if I had your power. Like I use it all the time. It's awesome. Like, I don't know why you're so against it. Like yada, yada, yada. And the ants are similar. Like they agree. Like they're like, Sally is the most powerful for sure.
Yeah.
But they're the most cautious when it comes to witchy stuff like that. And there's nothing witchier and more like, this is a bad thing than someone giving you a bottle of an ingestible thing on your porch with no idea who it's from in a town who hates you.
yeah.
That is a lapse of judgment that does not make any sense and does not have any context. Like that they're just like, yeah, no, it's fine. Like, it's fine. People don't leave them gifts. I would say off camera, they have been left death threats and like bad things on their yards.
Yeah,
like,
but they're so unbothered by anything.
they are super bothered by it. Like they go into town and they're like, yeah, like we're going to do our thing and stuff. And like, they're proud of who they are and everything. And I get that. I would not trust that.
The only one that's
If I
bothered
was
by
them.
any of it is Sally. But like, I don't think it's off character at all. If anything, maybe they definitely knew something was up with the two of them. Like they knew that they did something.
Yeah.
And
But that's the murder, which we haven't even talked about yet.
Yeah.
We'll get to.
Well, no, but like the aunts knew that the girls did something.
Yeah.
And that's what they were like, even before that, or maybe it was right after. They're like, yeah, you've made a mess. Clean it up.
Yeah.
Or no, because the night after, like right after that, because they were like, oh, something's off before. And they're like, oh, whatever. Like, we've got midnight margaritas. Someone left us tequila. Like, let's just drink it. And maybe they did know in some way that it was connected to that. And like, maybe then they're like, okay, now you realize too, clean up your mess. We're gone now.
No, that's an even worse argument. That
Why?
they're like, it could have been, if they're like, yeah, there's a ghost in the house. The ghost probably brought us this tequila. We're going to drink it to prove a point. No, that's so dangerous.
They're witches. They can just heal themselves. I don't know.
No, that's Sally's job. And if Sally is the one who's like the like herbologist, like the one who like does the potions and stuff because she had the whole store and everything. Like, you don't
see. I'm just saying. I don't think it's out of character for them to just take it and like be like, hell yeah, why not use it?
I think
who cares where it came from?
I think it's very weird. I think it's very. We can agree to disagree.
I definitely disagree because I think that they're very.
I think that's. I'm
they're not cautious people.
They are about witchy stuff.
They're not though.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I find that very out of character for them who are like so into the witchy stuff, like that they would like. How would they not like? Like, why would they just like? Oh yeah, this is totally fine. We're in a town where people hate us.
Yeah, but they don't care. Anyways.
Do you know how easy it is to fill an unopened bottle of tequila with poison? It's very easy to do that. And someone could have been like, I've had it with these people.
Yeah.
Now Gilly is back and now they're being even weirder and stuff. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Takes 10 seconds. I watch a lot of true crime.
I'm like,
I don't know.
Not everyone's as dramatic as you, Jacob.
I'm just saying, I watch a lot of true crime, and women be poisoning. And like the women in the town hate these women, so they would probably poison them. It's just a bad call. We'll move on, but I just think that's crazy. But the scene after and stuff like is awesome, and like what it does to them is awesome. Like, and I get that, but also that's like again like one of three things that's like and now Gilly is fully possessed. Like, and it's like, all right, we need a little more of that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like going back to like the tone thing and stuff, like sprinkle in a little bit more of like that spooky stuff. There's a scene with the daughter and she's like, who's that?
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, what are you talking about? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's part of her powers. Like, she can see spirits or something, like, and everything. And then like, and it's like, yeah, like the roses like spring up out of nowhere and stuff. Like, okay, like, yeah, something's going on and everything. But like, I feel like if you sprinkled in a couple of little like non-horror, but like, okay, something spooky is going on throughout the movie, all of it would have made a little more sense. Because it's very much like, oh, ha 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 ha. Oh God, what? Like, I don't know. I just doesn't, the trajectory of it just doesn't. Like, I feel like you can like, what's the word? Not tease, foreshadow it a little bit more like straightforwardly. To get to the scene that you said you hate.
No, I don't like that scene. But I think it's obvious that he's lurking around. Plus, they did a spell poorly. Like, it was very obviously like a poorly done spell. They were like kind of half-assing it, and then they like don't finish it, and then they end up having to like kill him again. Obviously. Like, what more foreshadowing do you need other than they did this bad? Now they're burying him in the backyard. Of course he's going to be coming back. Anyway.
I guess. I don't know. Last thing about the Midnight Margs. The next morning, Sally gets up and was like, oh God, like, where's the aspirin? I need some aspirin for my hangover. And I'm like, I literally wrote, I was like, you don't need aspirin. You're a witch, bro. Like, you're the herb. Like, literally, isn't there an herb you can chew on? like, what the hell? Like, I was like, come on, that's ridiculous. And that's when I knew I hated this movie.
Oh no, you didn't really hate the movie.
I didn't love it.
I really
like, genuinely.
I really thought that you would like this movie more than you did.
Nah, I like the frog throwing up a ring. That was sick, dude. All the frogs, love frogs. I don't know what else you got.
Why I like it?
Yeah, well, we need to move on. We need to move past the Midnight Marks thing. So we're just gonna keep arguing about it forever.
No, that's fine.
We're married, if you didn't know, and so we will argue about this probably forever. So we need to move on.
I'm already over it. But no, okay, I'll bring in. So you had mentioned how like everyone hates them, right, in the community. So
there's literally so many scenes of how much the entire town hates. She's not on the phone tree thing, like
I know,
and she's like so upset about it.
Yeah, but that's what I think they've been in the town so long and everyone knows them. They're just kind of like a staple in the town.
Sure.
Like, I'm sure that like that's like at the end, they eventually had to bring everyone together and they use the phone tree. Like, it's kind of like a funny, like cute thing where she's like, oh, I've got the phone tree. I can call them. Like, at first they're like, what? And they're like, oh, your sister's actually in trouble. Like, of course we'll be there to help, kind of thing. And so I think it kind of goes along with like, sure, they're like definitely outcasts. But they're still a small community. And it's still like, even when Sheriff is going around asking like about them, it's like there's all these rumors about them. And she's like, oh, do I think she murdered anyone? No. Did she maybe shake his hand and then he died? Sure. Like, it's very much like a girl power type thing with all the women in the community. Like, they don't interview any men. They don't really care about the men. I think that's why you don't like this movie, is because it's very like,
oh, you think I hate
it's
powerful
all like
women?
Girl power.
You think I hate girl power?
No, I know you
My
don't.
favorite artist is Sabrina Carpenter. That's not a bit. That is real as
I know.
How dare you say that to me?
No, but it is.
Like,
it's very much like made. I think it's made for women.
I mean, my last note was this movie is not made for me.
Yeah.
And I took that into consideration. I knew going in, I knew this movie wasn't made for me. So like, I get what you're saying, but that's not what makes me. Again, I've already said a bunch of things about just the filmmaking process, like, and like how the movie is. It's like, it is disjointed. It is kind of weird because like the man comes in, the detective, and yes, we only see him interview like women and stuff because it's the women of the town who hate the Owens family. The men in town don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's a women hating women kind of a vibe. There are a couple of people. So there, one group of women he's interviewing. One of them is straight up talking mad shit. like she's saying some genuinely awful shit, and then one woman comes in and says no, like, and like defends her a little bit, and she ends up at the ritual at the end, like that woman does.
Yeah.
And then her two employees, Sally's employees at the store, they're part of that group and stuff. And like then there's a couple of other random ones, and the woman who's in charge of the phone tree, and stuff. And she's there because she respects the phone tree, like, and stuff.
Yes, and she always wanted to see she's like, well, I always wanted to see what the inside, like,
because she was curious.
I think a lot of it is like they're curious about them,
it's
and
women, it's women being jealous of other women.
Because
they're living an alternative lifestyle and stuff. Like, is the vibe I get from it. And I'm not saying that's like wrong or bad or like makes a bad movie and stuff. I'm just saying I wish I had seen a little more. Again, we need like another 30 minutes of this movie where you can sprinkle in a couple scenes of like some women in the town like defending them a little bit more than just like once. Like there's like one scene where he's interviewing people and a couple people defend him, like and then like now they're like, woohoo, like we're ready to do it. Is my vacuum okay instead of a broom? And they're like, yeah.
Well, that's what, like, because they all called each other. Like she called the one girl that was in charge of the phone tree, and that's how a phone tree works, I guess.
Well, it's she's at the top,
she
Sally's
calls
at the top,
her,
and then the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's almost like backwards, like rumors like spreading, because it's like getting like less intense as the phone goes on. It's like, oh yeah, like we need to go over there. Like her sister's in trouble. We need to help her. It's not like we're performing a ritual, like blah blah blah. Sacrifice.
Well, I don't think she ever said that. She said, my sister's in trouble. Can you please bring a broom? I need like and let everybody else.
Well, they knew that they're witches. They knew that like something.
Well, exactly, but I don't think she would have said like we're about to do a exorcism on my sister. like a first person probably would have been like nope, nope, like not touching that, like kind of a thing.
And they were all very hesitant at first, but then I think they just realized how similar, like people are always scared of what they don't know, right? And then once you like open up the common ground and realize like, oh, we're not all that different after all, then that's a good theme of the movie.
No, I think it's a good I think it's a good thing. I just wish there was, again, like this movie lacks foreshadowing for these like end result, like the like last act, like the third act, like scenes where it's like, okay, she's just hella possessed now. Yeah. Like she is full blown, like, okay, somebody mysterious liquor being left. Like, oh, and it made us all weird. Oh, the daughter saw a thing. Oh, Gilly got up in the middle of the night and was like, what was that? And stuff. And now she is full blown 100% possessed by this guy. We need more than that. We need more
I will
context
say
for
the
that.
Scene, like right before they tie her up and stuff, whenever like, oh, they thought he was gone when he left her like body and then like attacked the sheriff, but turns out he's not gone when she comes back, and she's like, oh, Gilly, like blah, 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 like you're okay, and then she's like turns into this like kind of creepy, and then she like licks her neck and is like, oh, like blah, 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 I'm into sisters. It, like gave me goosebumps. I was like,
yeah, no, that's just Nicole Kidman being an incredible actress.
Like that was like a good scene. I was like, ooh, like, and they were able to tell that like, oh yeah, she's definitely possessed by him without like going all ghost. Yeah,
that when the detective sheriff, because he has a sheriff's badge, which he keeps on. I don't know, but there was like a maybe 10-second conversation.
It's because from the time he was born, he was cast under a spell, and he had to love stars, so he became a sheriff.
But he's not a sheriff because a sheriff doesn't go out of their jurisdiction.
He is a sheriff. It says sheriff.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's like a thing he just has on him because he's a private investigator. Okay. Like and stuff. Like a sheriff is going to be like,
okay, so this is going, doesn't matter.
This is going in the county, over the county line. Well,
you
good luck.
Spit.
No, we did not. They're gonna be like, well, good luck to them. Not my problem anymore. Like a private detective, like a private investigator goes anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world to like figure it out. He has that because of the bullshit.
That's also like just like a cute little like,
again, like that's the only part
silly,
of like. So part of the thing is that he's obsessed with stars. That's what
that's his. Okay, so it was like the whole list that she made. It was like she was creating an impossible, like a man that doesn't exist. It would be impossible.
Green eye.
So she would never fall in love. So she would never have any of this like heartbreak and stuff that happened to all the women in her family. And then
the love of her life wouldn't die.
Yeah,
randomly.
exactly. Yeah. No, which is what ended up happening.
I get it. I know what.
But anyway, so she created this like mystery man that would never come to exist. So she made him, one blue eye, one green. His favorite color is a star. He can like triple flip pancakes. He can ride a horse backwards or upside down or something like that. And
just some random bullshit.
It was a bunch of random things.
But one of the random bullshit things was that he loves stars and he went into law enforcement, so he has a genuine silver sheriff's badge. Okay. Sure. And like that's great.
Like this man's whole life has been like predetermined by a spell.
And that's great foreshadowing for when he was able to like banish the ghost for a second.
Yeah.
When they thought that they had done it before and stuff. And that's all fine and dandy. Now I have a problem.
Okay, what's your problem?
Kind of the whole point of the movie, I guess. I don't love this like predestination message that the movie gives, where it's like so this poor innocent boy out in Arizona or wherever the fuck he is and stuff. His whole life is now devoted to meeting Sally, and there's nothing he can do about it. Like that kind of sucks. Like that's just like not good. Like I don't know. That's
to it. He doesn't know.
I don't know. If we're gonna get into like magic, like real magic, like magic with a K, magic is real. Look it up. Like real world magic, not magic like in Harry Potter and stuff, or like in this movie. If we're gonna look at actual like witchcraft and stuff, love spells are very iffy in the community, because it's like you are taking away somebody's free will from them, and that's not a thing. Like there are hexes, there are love potions, there are love spells you can do to like get somebody to like fall in love with you or like curse somebody and stuff. There's a big community. Like I would say, I'm not 100%, I don't know, but like it's pretty 50-50 on like whether that is ethically okay to do.
Well, I don't think she meant to do it. Well, actually, I mean, she definitely didn't mean to do it. She was trying to say, like, yes, I will only fall in love if this man exists, which I'm going to give all of these characteristics of a man that doesn't actually exist.
Sure.
And then...
And she's a child.
She's like a little kid.
And I get that she's a little kid and everything. But again, I think it's like, I don't know if the message is supposed to be like true love. Like, I think the message is supposed to be like true love will find you. Like and stuff, and that's fine, and it will, and it does. Case in point. But I don't know. As someone who knows a teensy little bit about like the real world magic stuff, it's kind of a gray area. Like it's like you're not supposed to use magic.
Well,
take away somebody's free will, because he was a child.
Yeah,
and now his whole life is predetermined that he will end up with her at some point. Miles, like thousands of miles away, because he's like in Arizona being a little cowboy, and she's in New England or something, and now he's going to end up there, and he's going to end up falling in love with her, and he's going to be with her and stuff. He didn't know that
until he found the letter, and he was like, "Oh my god, this letter!"
It doesn't matter if you know it or not. It's like she knew that she could, like, again, she's a child and it's fictional and stuff, but this is a real world thing, like people do, where they're like, I want to change somebody's free will to do what I want from them.
Yeah,
I don't love that.
Also, one thing that he said, like, she didn't mean to do it. Like, it wasn't an on-purpose thing. And one thing that he said...
Ethically, this movie's fucked up, and
my
God, boycott it. It should be canceled.
Wow. Anyways, so one thing that he says, because she's, like, all upset, she's like, no, I can't love you. Like, you can't be real because, like, you will die because of this curse. And, like, you're only here because of this, like, spell that I accidentally created when I was a kid. And then what he said to that, he was like, well, I don't care. Like, they're only real if you give it the power. That's what he says. He's like, curses are only real if you give it the power to be real.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I'm not giving it that power.
Sure.
So that's what he's like basically saying, just like, you are your own person. Like he's kind of saying like he would be doing this regardless of the spell or not.
Right.
Like he would still want her.
But
that this curse is not going to be real because he is not going to give it that power over him. Whatever.
Okay, but at the same time, I have the question of like, so at the end, she narrates like, oh, we broke the curse and everything's fine. And then all the whole town comes over and watches them jump off the roof and stuff, because there was a whole thing about that. But that's what broke the curse? Like, I feel like there's not a
they don't know. I wrote it down. There's not a clear
definition of like what broke the curse. They're just like, and the curse is broken.
No, that's what she said. She was like, she says it at the very end, like when she starts that narration, because I knew when we were watching it, I knew I was going to have to come up with counter arguments to what you were going to say. And then you were going to say, well, how did that even happen? It just kind of happened. But she says that, she acknowledges that. She's like, well, we don't know what it was that like banished Jimmy or broke the curse, but like that's kind of the point of everything. Like you don't know what's going to happen, so that even though like yes they're witches, they're still like living the same life as everyone else, and whatever's going to happen will happen, and you just enjoy the ride along the way. You're taking a deep breath to say something, I guess.
I mean, I'm getting there. Yeah.
You're like,
no, I'm not going to yell at you or anything, but like,
no, that's what she says. She's like, we don't know what it was, but like we're thankful that it happened, and we're like here all in this like magical moment together, like enjoying the ride type thing. And it's like, and always throw salt over your shoulder, plant rosemary, lavender for good, like all the things. And it's like fall in love when you can.
I literally yell at you all the time about throwing salt every time you do it. Like, no, if you can't tell, I'm a hyper superstitious person. Like, I'm not a little stitious, I'm superstitious.
I'm just a little stitious.
No, I'm superstitious.
But no, like at the end, that's what she says. She's like, we don't know why this happened. Like even though like they're witches, it's kind of like part of it. It's like no one ever knows.
No, I know, and I get that, and I respect that. But at the same time, I'm just such like a lore head that I'm like, but like somebody should figure that out. And like,
but it doesn't matter, and it's not the point.
I know it's not the point, but like, I need to know. I'm curious.
They broke the curse because he stopped giving it power.
I mean, which is like the real world magic thing of like the more power you give to something, like it's like intention when you set it, and then like put out a spell, or like make a potion is the intention, and then like giving it power is what makes it work for you. So if you. But again, that's on the caster, so it's like
Jacob, you're getting too into this. He is not, but he refuses to believe that that's a thing, and so he is not allowed.
But also, he knows that ghost and magic is real. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like contradictory to.
And maybe he does die. Maybe there's going to be a number 2. Maybe they didn't break the curse.
I don't know. If anybody has read the book, is there more lore and explanation about stuff? Like hit me up on social media, like if you care, like because I'm not gonna read the book probably because I didn't like the movie enough to want to go read the book, but I do want to know if there's more like magical lore and like how magic works in their world and stuff, because like just being like, well, I guess the curse is broken anyway, let's jump off the roof, woo, and let's go get married is kind of like a okay, so we just got to wrap this up.
It adds to the lighthearted feel of it. Like, yes, this is like there's a murder that happens and there's like all of this stuff, but all throughout it, it's like a very lighthearted vibe.
Okay, and that's valid. That's valid. I'll drop
the whole thing.
I'll drop it. I'm just saying, like, it seems a little contradictory in terms of like magic, because practical magic is like a real world term. It's just with a K.
Okay.
Like there's practical magic and then whatever. Different. Watch Hellier. Watch Hellier and the Unbinding, and you'll learn all about it. And then read a bunch of books about it. And you still won't fully understand it. All right, let's shift to, you brought up the murder, because I want to talk about the murder. Okay, so the murder kind of. I ain't mad that they murdered this dude. That dude. You know what I mean? I understand that it wasn't her intention. Bring that word back, to murder this dude.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it's a high stress situation and you got to do what you got to do and if they didn't do this, there's literally no movie. So I get it. But at the same time, part of me is like, again, having to overanalyze everything to like find any negative thing I can talk about. I truly don't understand how Sally, the like more gifted witch, specifically herbologist, put too much of that shit to get to like kill him. To, like,
she was driving.
I understand.
And he literally had her sister captive in the back seat.
I understand.
So she's like, I gotta watch the road. I gotta pretend like I'm not doing anything to this. Let me just dump as much as I can, because if I kill him, who cares? Was probably her thought. Because
I understand. Again, I'm not mad that Jimmy died. I ain't mad about that. That guy should have been killed. Should have been killed or died a long time ago. Like, or thrown in prison forever. Honestly, death was too easy of a punishment for him. But again, playing devil's advocate, which is my role right now, you think she'd be able to know, like, we just need to conk him out so we can escape. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she dumps the whole thing in there.
Well,
And
that's
again,
what
I get it.
I
know
think
it's
in her
not
mind.
good.
Okay, here I am. I'm
Let me just
Sally.
say-
I'm driving.
May
My
I-
sister's in the back. He's got her like hand around his throat. Like she's like, okay, I got to get this. Like whatever. I'm going more over less. Make sure I get the job done.
I'm not saying
Instead of,
it's-
oh, oops, I accidentally didn't put enough. He didn't pass out and he's killed her.
I'm not
Like she doesn't
saying-
care about him.
I'm not saying it's a good argument. I'm just saying it's something that crossed my mind
Yeah.
of like, she's literally opening a store, you know, with that one joke that I thought was funny when the guy comes in and like, 'cause
Yeah,
he's in there for
sheriff.
something. No. The guy
Oh.
before, the sheriff's like, oh, I've never paid this much for shampoo. That's a bad joke.
Oh no, I thought you meant when he was like, "Oh, this herb that is used for or he mentions like the belladonna. I don't know if it's a real thing.
Belladonna. It's a very real
belladonna.
thing.
Okay, but he's like, "Oh, I noticed this because also he, you know, some of the scene before scraping it off the car.
Yeah, sure.
So he knew exactly what they did.
Sure, but that's
and he
not-
was like, "Oh, like I noticed that." She was like, "Yeah, it's used for if you like have sleep problems, it helps you
Yes.
sleep.
Yes,
and
no, I know.
helps you
Yeah,
this." And
not
then
what
he's
I'm
like,
talking
"Oh,
about.
in high doses, it can be used as poison." She's
Yes.
like, "Oh,
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the random dude who's in her store, and comes in and he says he's like, this is supposed to help with my baldness and stuff. And I've been rubbing this on my scalp for a week and nothing's happening. Like, da da da. And she's like, you're not supposed to rub it on your head.
yeah,
Then she like looks at him.
yeah."
You're supposed to rub it on his balls to give him more testosterone.
Uh,
And that will make his hair grow. Is the joke, because he goes, thank you for your time, and he walks out with it and doesn't get a refund and stuff. That was funny.
Yeah.
Point is,
she knows her stuff.
she knows her shit.
Yeah.
And so, again, I'm not saying it's a great argument. It's just one of those things I wrote down that's like, well, you think somebody who's a gifted herbologist would...
I just think that she knew and she didn't care. She was going to overdo
Sure.
it rather than underdo it,
No,
and she was
and-
literally driving.
and completely valid. Completely valid. Again, not my best argument, but the last one I looked at before I started talking about it. Let's see. Well, what do you got? You got notes too?
Yeah, I've already said why I think it's great. I think right now, like I've already won.
No, absolutely not. No, this
I just
is just
think, okay, closing thoughts.
this is just this haunting went from 5 to 100 so fast because it was like, oh, there's a haunting, and it's like, oh no, she's full blown possessed and stuff like that. That shit was crazy. I guess I'll say I did like the like exorcism scene. Like I thought that was done well, but again, it felt more. It was like 10 minutes before that. This was a completely different movie. Like kind of a thing, but the way they did that and like how it went down and how they realized like what they needed to do with the magic circle and everything like was pretty cool. And like all the women being like the aunts and Sally start chanting and stuff, and like it's like watching, it's like cutting to them like
They're like, wait,
they're
we
like
do this too?
yeah, they're like some of them are like starting to say it, and someone's like, are we supposed to say this? Like that's
Yeah.
like kind of keeps it in the right tone, but it's still like holy shit, this is really intense, kind of a thing. Also, they pronounced Hecate wrong when they were doing the ritual to bring it back. They say like Hecate. It's Hecate. I'm pretty sure. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong, but I've always heard it's Hecate, not Hecate.
Okay,
so they're not even saying.
okay, you're
they're
really
not even-
grasping at straws
I'm,
here.
no, I'm just saying they're not even. I'm just saying they're not. They're literally not even doing their magic right.
Okay.
Like they're literally not even. They're literally like reaching out to a goddess that's not real. If it's like again, I've always heard Hecate. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Not Hecate, which is what they say, but you know, it is what it is. It's a movie about magic.
Yeah, I think that you're looking way too much into that.
That's literally my job right now. Also, okay, here's something. I got a couple things actually. So at one point Sally says, "Don't fill their heads with nonsense" to the aunts about her daughters. Don't fill their heads with nonsense. She knows magic is real. It's not nonsense.
Yeah.
Her kids know magic is real. It's not nonsense. They know that shit is real as Like what? Like I know she's
but
super
she
anti.
chooses to like not accept it as part of her
know,
life.
but
That's why
I think it's unfair.
she didn't want that for them.
Sure, but I think it's unfair to the children
For her to call it nonsense.
for her to call it nonsense. Like no, what you're seeing with your eyes right now is not real. Like that's bad parenting. That's bad parenting. I think it was literally like it was a bad line of dialogue. She could have said like don't fuel them with that stuff. Like I'm trying to keep them out of that stuff. Like she could have said something like that instead of being like, all this nonsense, all this bullshit that ain't real. Like
I don't think nonsense can mean like not just fake. Like
nonsense
calling something
means
fake.
something that doesn't make sense. This does make sense because it's real.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like that really did kind of rub me the wrong way.
Yeah.
I was like you're literally trying to gaslight your children into knowing that magic is not real when they literally can see it happening, and you're literally opening a store based on magic.
It's not based on that. That's her herb store.
But like she has like a magical gift with it to like it's like fueling her thing. Like her stuff works because there's magic involved. And also big whole thing about the blood moon. Oh, there's blood on the moon and stuff. What's the context of that? Because like that's the night that they end up killing Jimmy.
Yeah.
Does that mean that somebody's gonna die or something bad's gonna happen? Like again, like lore thing.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious if they're like, oh,
it looked cool. They did a shot of it, like you know, like it looked cool, and I was like, oh, if I saw that, I'd be like, oh hell yeah, something crazy.
Yeah. Well, the moon is definitely like we remember the moon is like kind of a connection between them. Like they look up at the moon
and witchcraft,
and they can
is
like
bread and
sense
butter.
each other's. Like she was like,
no, for sure,
Gilly's in trouble. Like that night, then she was looking out. She was like, she's in trouble, and then she immediately called and was like, I need you.
Yeah, no.
So they have like
sure.
a
no,
they
the
can
moon,
tell each other's
no, the moon,
like they have a connection.
No, again, moon and witchcraft. Like
I think it's just kind of like it's you're supposed to assume that she's like, oh no, Sally, it's a blood moon. Like I don't want something to happen.
I know, but I'm just like,
and then they show a red moon, like it's looking ominous. She's sounding worried about it. That's all you have to know.
I guess.
And it's the moon, and it's connected to the witchiness.
Anytime there's any kind of like magic system, even like especially if it's based off of like real life magic and stuff, like I need to know like what the lore is, and you gotta do stuff right, like pronouncing goddesses' names right when you're doing a ritual to bring somebody back from the dead because you just murdered them. Like you gotta pronounce people's names right. You know what I mean? Like if you accidentally like make a spell to Steve, well, who the fuck is that? He's not gonna help. Like if his name is like Stefay and you pronounce it Steve, you're like that's not gonna work.
So Jacob doesn't like the semantics of this movie or word choice in specific instances.
Semantics are very important when it comes to ritual magic. It's literally kind of a big part of the whole point. I would say it's at least 50% what you say.
Well, this is a fiction movie, Jacob.
Based on real world practical magic with a K.
Okay.
So those things did bother me. Again, I'm not an expert. Somebody tell me to go fuck off if you want. That's fine. Not you. Somebody who knows about real world practical magic can tell me to fuck off. That's fine. So whatever. Closing thoughts. You can go first. I want to go last.
My
closing thoughts. One last thing I just read real quick. Sally needs to get a fucking spine, dude. Homie comes in there and she just well, I guess she spills the beans to him because like
she
that's
can't.
The
she's like I cannot lie to him.
Yeah, I know, but
because of the spell.
Whatever, dude. But also, why'd she start bleeding?
She was
no. She started. She like
even
got cut.
Watch the movie?
No, seriously. Like
Jacob. Okay, she's bleeding because she's out there. When he comes in, she's out there hacking down all of the roses. You know, roses have thorns, right?
Yeah, but
she's in a tank top in the rose bushes, like hacking them down.
Yeah, but she's not bleeding.
She is. She's bleeding the whole time. She starts like dripping blood, and he's like, "Let me get that for you." Like this is kind of weird.
I know.
But she comes out of the roses like with like cuts on
Wrong. I don't know.
Rewatch it.
Nah.
Okay.
All right. Well, closing thoughts. This movie's obviously not made for me.
Yeah.
And I can respect that, but I am first of all very offended that you think I hate powerful women.
Oh, I didn't say that.
I get more or less. You implied it heavily. I did not appreciate that. Okay. Love powerful women. Married to one. Sabrina Carpenter is my favorite artist. I don't know, just like I'm a feminist. I don't know. I'm just mad that I did not like that. I did not like that you're like, there's not enough men in this movie for you, so you don't care.
It was a joke, Jacob.
Well, one that I did not love.
I'm sorry.
But to that point, this movie's not made for me. Obviously.
That's where I was going with it.
I know that's what you meant. I'm just being facetious. This movie is not made for me. But again, I do just go back to again, I'm not paid to write reviews and stuff, but like Roger Ebert's review like did kind of nail what I was feeling and stuff. And he said it in a sentence, like we're jumping from this genre to this genre to that genre, and it feels disjointed, like kind of a thing. And it really does feel like that, because again, like I said, if I walked in, like if you were watching the movie and I was in here like hanging out like or working on something, at any moment of that movie I could have walked in and been like, you're watching something different. If I didn't see one of the main characters, it'd be like, and now you're watching something else, or now it's a different episode like or something. But like, this is a tight less than 2 hour movie, and it just didn't feel like it had, like it wasn't connected like in terms of filmmaking. And it's really disjointed narratively. Sure, it all makes sense, but there's also a lot of gaps and jumps from like, okay, now we're at point A, and now we're going all the way to point F with like the haunting and stuff. Obviously, the haunting part was the most interesting to me, and I'm like, we're not giving enough time for that. It's a romance movie. It's
actually a romance comedy drama.
It's a romance comedy drama fantasy.
It's fantasy romance comedy drama.
Like a movie should be two things at most, like a sci-fi horror, like a mystery thriller.
Yeah,
like
this has got it all. A little bit for you, a little bit for you, even for you over there.
Movies that are made for anybody and everybody are sometimes not great.
But this movie definitely wasn't made for anybody and everybody.
They accidentally tried to make it for, like again, it's just the way they went about film in terms of it filmmaking wise. They missed the mark on keeping the original like vibe and theme throughout. There was no through line of that. It was disjointed, like visually, editing wise and stuff. The only thing that kept together was the loose narrative that was connected and jumped around a lot, and the main characters and like, the acting.
So your closing thoughts, your biggest argument against it is that it is feeling disjointed and like it jumps. Okay. So whenever you said that quote, I kind of agreed with it. Like, I don't think that that's a bad thing. Like I said, I read it's meaning to be all of these things. And you're saying, oh yeah, it's meaning to do it and it's doing a bad job. But I think that that's the purpose of the movie. Like I said, it's weird. And it wouldn't be this like weird witchy movie without some like weird elements of like, wait, why did it just do that? And I think it's like, oh, you can be witchy and you can be like creepy and spooky, but you can also like, you're just a normal person. And then you're going back to like fighting between these two different lifestyles almost. And at the end, it doesn't really matter. We don't know how things happen, and we just live in the moment and like go with what what it is. And we jump off the building, we fly, and then they all love us. Because the community comes together in the end. But my closing thoughts, I think that this movie is iconic. I think that it can deserve that word because it has withstood the test of time and still is widely rewatched every year by people everywhere. And it's very much if you think, oh, witchy vibes like movie, it's this. If you want to be like, ooh, like I'm feeling a little witchy, like witchy is the perfect way to describe it. It's nostalgic. It's witchy. It's like, I wouldn't even say spooky. It's weird, but it's a lot of things. And I think that it just makes you feel really good watching it. And it takes you on like a little wild ride, but then you come back and you're like, oh. And I think that that's the point.
Sure. But once again,
no, Jacob, we're done. We're done. No, I had my closing thought, and so the podcast is over.
You can do all of those things and still keep it obviously noticeably feeling like the same movie. I'm looking at some movies behind you right now that do all of those things and have like comedy, horror, like romance and stuff. But you know you're watching that movie no matter what. This movie didn't do that for me.
I think it did just fine. Anyway, I guess we'll leave it up to the viewers.
Yeah, we're going to have to leave it up to the viewers on this one because I'm
create a poll. I already know I'm going to win.
I do think it's going to be, I mean, yeah, my audience is going to destroy me for this one probably. But I do think it deserves higher than the 26 from the critics. I would put it more in line with the Metacritic 47. for sure. Like it's not terrible, and it like I get why it's such a fun watch. It just wasn't a very fun watch for me.
Yeah.
But it's hard to when it's a movie I've never seen and I'm like I have to find all the bad
Yeah.
in it and stuff.
I know I got to pick that I liked it, and so of course you just had to watch it with the lens of like I'm gonna hate this.
I mean 90% of this is I have to go in hating it.
Yeah.
You know, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So
I would agree with I think I would give, if I had to give like a percentage wise, I might go 80% because there were parts of it that
80 is higher than anybody like audience and stuff. They were like 73.
That was at like 74 or something. But yeah, no, I would give it an 80. I mean, I'm arguing that this is like a great movie, so
yeah,
I'm not gonna give 100% because there were parts that I was like,
no.
meh. But
there's very few
definitely
100% movies out there. Yeah,
actually, I might give it like an 85, B plus.
That's crazy to me, but hey, you do.
It's not getting an A.
God knows,
which almost makes me want to give it like a 90, which is actually like almost an A.
If you gave this movie an A, we'd have to off camera talk about it longer because like there's no way, there's no way.
It's getting a solid B. For me.
Okay, so I'm just saying, but you were
B plus just because it's so fun.
Real quick though, so Sinners is 100% A plus plus, and you're saying that this movie could be almost an A. Yeah,
it's different vibes. For what it does.
We're talking about movies as a whole.
I don't think you can talk about movies as a whole like that. I think that it depends on the purpose of the movie.
That's what the ratings.
Those two movies.
That's what ratings are. That's what ratings do.
Those two movies are completely like nothing to do with each other.
Okay, but like you compare movies that whatever. We'll talk about it later.
I think that for what it's meant to do, it does it, and it does it very well. And people rewatch this movie year after year because of the feeling that it gives you.
I've literally already seen Sinners 4 times this year, the year that it came out, because of the feeling it gives me.
You're a weirdo.
No,
and I'm not talking about Sinners. This is not. I loved that movie too, but that's not what we're talking about.
One? Real quick, what would you give that one? And then we'll wrap it up. What would you give that one? If this is a B plus, what do you give Sinners?
So this was. Practical Magic
talking about
much
movies.
More my vibe of movie.
I'm just saying, talking about movies.
Sinners,
as a whole.
Because Michael B. Jordan is in it twice, it's automatically going to get like an A.
So it's an A. It would be an A plus if there was 3 of them, which is something you and Cassidy both said. When
of course.
You're like, not enough Michael B. Jordan.
Of course.
There's literally 2 of them. He's in almost every single scene.
But that movie was made more for like you love horror type thing.
No, see that movie. That's a movie that's made for everybody.
Okay.
Because of we'll talk about it more off camera. Anyway, so we're agreeing to disagree, I think, on this one. Which I felt like I knew was going to happen, but that's fine.
I will never give in.
No. Stubborn as hell.
I'm a winner.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, we'll see.
That was creepy.
Follow on
weird.
Follow on TikTok and Instagram at Bad Movie Debate, at Bad Movie Debate Pod. There will be a poll that will come out soon, and you can vote and tell me I'm a idiot for not loving this movie as much as most people do. We'll see. So keep an eye out for that. Updates with news and everything, and we got more spooky stuff coming in the very near future. Tell your friends, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That's YouTube for the YouTube heads out there. Just let people know. Even if you're hate sharing it, be like, listen to this idiot talk bad about Practical Magic. Shares are shares, so I don't care. Like that's fine. All right. Well, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.